And at the end of this game, we're seeing APG go on a snipe spree, looking over at his teammates. Anything you can do, I can do better. And it's just how they top each other off so well. Just with gameplay alone, right? Like how it's always just a matter of who's going off on this team. And I think this game one, we saw a little glimpse of everybody having an opportunity to show a little bit of their highlight. Yeah, Flame, so you won that one-on-one, but now you're stuck bottom red, and we got the entire Sentinels roster swarming on you, so you're as good as dead, even though you just traded a kill with APG. Like, that is not a winning recipe, and we see a stake in game 2, 50-26. Every member of Sentinels really understanding how spawns are working and rotating perfectly and predicting how they want to be aggressive towards the base. This is a textbook flag run by Sentinels, really doing a great job of slaying while running the flag, and they're going to end this game before the 15-minute mark. Lethal putting it in to make a statement. 3-0 game 3, 3-0 in this series. Sentinels
hope to be the fifth and final cap, Sims. If it's 7 caps or something, don't tell me.
Ryan's just in the back shooting his body. They're running it in to put it in. You just see Ryan in the back just shooting him in the head. Yep, that's a GG, and that's a win for Ryan Uben.
Count on 2 players being here. Nice fadeaway for now to try and stay alive. Jetpack's in. Teammate will get traced. That's a nice little play to go above him. Jukes him into the battle and gets the kill. Now he can look down the street, but he's got a jetpack bomb himself. It doesn't matter though. The flying headshot is there. No scopes him, still hunting down more. There's someone above his head. If he gets his kill, it'll be prolific. 50-48.
But it pulls
how much time they're racking up. Lux cannot get a single edgeway in here.
And yeah, it's so surprising because as they got that full clear, like you had pointed out, Sims, it usually swings into a large chunk of time. You get all 4 dead, you have full red base. It should be much more difficult for this opposing team to be able to push across the map and retake that base, and it didn't seem like it was much of an effort from Infinite's side as they just took that base over.
Let's actually invite a member of the team up to the stage, and we can hear from himself. We've got Ryan Noob joining us up on the stage.
Right.
Where is he? There he is.
How you been, Ryan? How you doing?
I'm not putting it on for you. You do it yourself.
Ryan, welcome.
Hey, hey.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Good. You're very accustomed to Halo Reach. You're very comfortable playing this game.
A little bit.
A little bit. How's it feel going back over to PC now? It's smoother now. A little different?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot smoother. Whenever I first started playing, my PC was not good.
Yeah.
so it
Did you get an
really
upgrade? And then
I got an upgrade, but it's not good enough to stream with yet. So that's my next step.
Okay. Well, there you go.
He just bangs dirt on it, and that's all he does. That's all his PC's there for.
You know,
yeah. Now that it's 144 hertz monitors, really nice.
Now, this series didn't look too, apart from the Countdown Slayer, it didn't look too tough from you. And it's interesting, I was talking with Kratos and Dan before this, and Kratos was saying, your internet connection, he's not a fan. He wanted to face you on LAN, and looks like you had a, pretty smooth experience, though, playing him on LAN.
Yeah, it's pretty common. We play him a lot online, and in other games, in Halo 5, we played him a lot.
Yeah.
And it was always kind of interesting to see how it was online, but online we usually came out on top whenever it got late into Halo 5 and Halo 3 even.
Right.
Even though he didn't really play Halo 3. But anyway, yeah, it was a really nice series, and even though it didn't look close, it felt close. Like, it felt really close. And you guys might have been able to see it from the desk, but the first game, they got the first cap. We had to put on a lot of work in order to get all of our caps, which normally isn't how it feels like with this team. With this team, it feels easy, it feels simple, but not in those games. So I really think that they're a really strong team, and I'm looking forward to them playing well coming up.
I like that. That's nice. Bit of respect.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah, I like
We want more BM though.
I mean,
I'm trying to give subtle opportunities, but you took the high ground, and I respect that.
I respect it.
I mean, take a look at this roster, though, as well. I have not seen the 4 of you play together like this. How did this come together? Like, this just by chance? You guys just all clicked? Do you have a lot of experience together in the past? I've
teamed with Wayne for the past, like, 2 years, pretty much, on and off, constantly. And he's a really good friend, really good teammate. And then we were playing with some people before. We tried to team with Shooter, but things just didn't work out.
Okay.
And we just played these guys in matchmaking, like, 6 times, and they owned us. And like, that's how we picked up Reliable. And then like a week later, we're like, all right, well, we need a 4th. And we just played King Nick, and he just destroyed us every time. So we're like, all right, we'll pick him up too.
Damn.
Just in matchmaking.
It's
like,
all about matchmaking.
That's a funny way to go about it too, because I used to have that kind of going on like early in like Halo 1 days or something like that, playing against certain teams, and one person would like stand out and just destroy. It's like, oh my God, Killer N is a monster, like Gintron, like never missed and stuff like that. And so it was interesting where you're just like, well, if they're doing this sort of stuff to us, why can't they be on our team and do that to our opponents?
Exactly. It
makes you wonder, like, with dynamics and stuff, how players sometimes don't match. I mean, you mentioned Shooter. Ryan is one formidable player. He's one of the most craziest throughout. Even Halo 4, H2A, he was a crazy, crazy boy. And I'm a big fan of Ryan. And when you say he didn't quite fit, you always think how much actually goes into dynamics of making a team click. And sometimes if something's just right, it's just right. And
exactly.
If Nick fitted that gap perfectly and seems to be going well so far, then so be it.
Yeah, exactly. We had to really put a lot of work into how we wanted to form the team, and we just needed people that were going to run over our teammate or our opponents. You know, and with King Nick, that's all he does. He just runs at people and kills them. Opens up the map for us. And it's
if you
really
can do
nice.
it, why not?
Yeah, he just constantly 1v2s people like running down long haul. Like we don't get it, but we let it happen.
Yeah.
It's fine. It'll be fine. Just let him go do his own thing.
Pretty much.
Fair play. Fair play.
Yeah. Well, it's a good start so far. Things could get a little more challenging down the road. What does your mindset look like as a team going on into the remainder of this tournament?
Well, it's really that I'm really bad right now. I don't know if it was because I got in at 5 a.m. last night.
Okay.
It was bad. But that first game, I went like 9-23 and we won. I didn't really understand what was happening and how we were winning. But
so you're slowly kind of warming yourself up a little bit.
A little bit, but I have this feeling that I'm going to play bad the entire tournament. We'll see, though.
Okay.
At least you're
Not
setting
really.
it up now. You know, at least.
He's honest with himself.
I mean, there's a difference, though. Like, me playing bad, like, it's still kind of good. But, you know, for me, I want to be constantly playing better. And I want my bad to still be better than most other people's, you know, decent days.
And that's the thing is you can't always just depend on that kill-death ratio on the scoreboard.
Oh,
There's so many other ways you can help your team be a crucial asset. And we're expecting to see a lot more of that from Ryan Noob and team coming up. We got a lot more Halo action. Up next is Mantra versus RBG.
3-point game now, 2-point tied with 30 seconds left to go.
Yeah, and I love this play by Boo Boo to make sure that this clause is blocked, because this is the biggest opportunity that RBG Esports is going to have. Boo Boo not missing a shot, winning everybody he can. He's going to be pushed by Gabriel, and this game is far from over right now. Boo Boo's staying alive in the closet.
Oh,
unbelievable job.
My word, look at Boo Boo Doo double kill, killing spree. Can he pick up the third triple kill now, and they have secured the game win here? Oh my, an Exterm as well. And they've got a lot to get excited about as they win game number 1. 250 to 223, and Boo Boo Doo Boo putting I don't know if I've ever seen someone grab Jet on Sank and immediately go straight to the top just to get any angles they can, and now he's also got the sniper and Jet again. So here we go. Boo Boo Doo Boo round 3 picks up another kill across the map on Gilkey, and by the end of this tournament, you could see a petition to see that jetpack removed from the map.
It's almost a guaranteed last flag cap unless there's an overextender on the side of RBG Esports.
Ace, let's see, goes down. Who is in position there as we take a look across? Is there anyone? To be honest, Boo Boo's in the rocks. Boo Boo's the next closest. We'll have to see where everyone spawns. I think Boo Boo's going to be your man to bring that flag in. Yes, indeed. They close it out 3-2, and they will win the series with a score of 3-0. Might not be an indicator of just how close those games were, but in the end, that doesn't matter. They will close it out with a now. He's coming now.
He's coming. He's on his way.
Let's get this ready for him.
We're all on ace time.
Aaron
now.
Elam, welcome.
We're all on ace time.
I just needed a sip of water.
You're gonna need it, yeah, for sure. More than just a sip of water. You were sitting there for how many hours? 2-3 hours, just waiting for the game. Is that burnout for you? Like that's got to be kind of a buzzkill, going from like just waiting to back into the series and like, oh my god, I got to focus on Halo again.
I mean, it was definitely a buzzkill. I don't even know how long it was, probably 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, it might have taken a bit for us to start, you know, warming up and getting like really focused in the games as a team. But yeah, I think we started playing our best, or almost our best, about halfway through that first game.
Yeah, pretty close games all series, right? Even though it's a 3-0, those were not what I would classify as easy wins, right? What do you guys think about? Tell me about how you managed to close out each one of those in such a convincing fashion. Once you came down to the last stretch, whether it was the last set of points on Nexus, the last set of kills on Zealot, or that final flag, you seemed to close those out really convincingly. What do you think it was about your team that let that be closed for so long, but then close those out so well?
Well, we were pretty practiced coming into the event, and I think we're one of the more practiced teams. And I think the first half of the first game, we're just kind of like randomly running around. Everyone's just dying random places, dying too much. But then as we kept playing, my brother coach is like, yo, let's start working together. Let's use teamwork. You know, let's make plays together. And I think that's what we started doing in the first game right there, and then kind of continue on through game 2 and game 3. And yeah, we just closed it out. Game 2, Zealot we just got sniped and held gold control. And then game 3, honestly, from my perspective, that game, it kind of felt like we should have won like 2-0 at 15 minutes or something like that. But like they got really good flanks, and props to them. But they got behind us, got our snipe, like got the flag for free pretty much. So that was our fault. But yeah, I think we played pretty solid there every game.
Did you guys know that Boo Boo was hadn't died for like the first 4 minutes and was on a sniper spree. Yeah.
I know.
He's just doing boo-boo things.
Yeah, that's what he usually does. He's like the guy with the snipe. I'm like the guy that runs the flag, and Tyler's the guy that runs the flag. And yeah, he just stat whores and gets a bunch of kills with snipe. But he's good at it, so we let him do it.
Yeah,
I think it works pretty well.
He's pretty good at it. One thing I want to ask you, I guess, is so game 1's going on, and you guys are down a lot. Like you guys are down a whole ton, and you come back against me in a similar situation, right, where you were down a ton and you came back. But not to talk about that too much, but there were 3 specific plays made by 3 guys on your team, and you were one of them. And you were on the street, and the hill. It was before the hill moved to red at the end, or no, it moved to blue at the end. And you played your life so well, and it's really started like things started to click. Is that after winning such a monument like comeback in game 1, is this the kind of team that like really can feed off that energy and really like turn that series into a 3-0? Because I feel like if you guys lose game 1, you guys are probably still playing into game 5 right now. But I feel like because you were able to like show like your true colors when your backs were against the wall in that game 1, like down 100 seconds, that like you were that there's something there with you guys to like when one player makes a play and the rest of you see it, you kind of all feed off of it. Is that something that's true?
Yeah, that's definitely true for our team. I think every one of us are like that. We all feed off the energy, and it's funny you say that because I literally remember when I was in that moment, like, do I get this hill time or do I just back down and get the weapon? I was like, what do I do here? I literally thought about it for like 2 seconds, and I was like, I'm just going to get the weapon, and then I think I got a kill, and then helped us get hill time, and then we held the setup. So, yeah, it's usually what you have to do on that map, especially is like prepare for that hill to move to the base, and yeah, we're definitely a team that, you know, once we stop like running around like chickens with their heads cut off, like we play it way better rather than, you know, we need that teamwork to be able to play our best.
Totally. Congrats on that. Congrats on that game and the whole series, for real. You guys look great.
Thank you.
Just overall with this team, I mean, it's got to feel like you got something special here. Like between yourself, Boo Boo, Falcated, and who am I blanking on?
Spartan the Dog.
And Spartan the Dog, the return of Spartan. I mean, you win a qualifier. You guys, you know, you have this great chemistry. It just seems like you are one of the top teams at the moment. Do you feel that when you're playing with these guys?
100%. I mean, like, I'll get into a long story, but I was in Asia, literally texting people like, who's teaming with who, and like I didn't get any response. And then I get home, I'm like, I was just thinking, you know, things are work out in the end. Like, I'll get home, people start playing again, I'll start playing again, I'll get on a team.
Right.
So I got on a team with Sad, Neighbor, and Commonly, and randomly this team spot opened up, which is the team that I wanted to be in anyway. You know what I mean? I wanted to be like with these guys, with the remaining teams left. I wanted a team with them. So it kind of was fortunate how it all worked out. They asked me to join the team. I couldn't pass it up. And, you know, we started off kind of rough. We actually started really good, and then it kind of got rough, and we lost to Sane's team in the qualifier, and then we just talked for like 30 minutes. We're like, yo, what are we doing? We just had the advantage right here, and we just messed it up completely. Like, this is how we need to play to start doing that. And ever since then, we actually have not lost a series, like scrim-wise, and we did losing the online cup. But yeah, I think this is like one of the most confident I've ever been in a team going into a tournament, and I think we definitely have what it takes to win.
That's amazing. So just pure chance. It kind of comes together and things click, and it's looking great so far. You guys have kicked off your Friday strong. I hope you see that continue going onwards into the tournament. We got some more matches coming up in Halo. Stick around, guys. We have a member of Chaotic joining us on the desk, though. We got Ola to join us to close out tonight.
Well.
How does this work?
It works.
You got it.
Figured it out. Mission accomplished.
How are you, man?
I'm good.
It's been a long day. It's been a long day.
It has been, man. I feel bad for everyone having to wait. Not only, obviously, the viewers, but the production team. It's stressful for everybody.
We get through it, though.
It's because you guys are troopers.
So are you. So are the players. So everyone else.
You know, we do what we can do. We just play.
Simple as that, right?
Just play forehead.
Forehead, straight up.
Do you feel good about your play in this series so far?
I feel like I could have played a lot better, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You had some nice stuff going in Zealot, though. You were making it work in that Zealot Slayer game.
I was playing smart, but I need to hit better shots. You know what I mean?
All right. There's always room for improvement, right?
I mean, that's my philosophy.
I mean, when you've got 20 plus, God knows how many wins you've got under the belt now, there must be some method to the madness.
Maybe just thrive in the chaos. I don't know. Maybe there's no method. Maybe you're just crazy and it just works because you're just stupid. Maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I'm
Actually,
just
that would be so intriguing at some point if it's like a very slow and methodical play and Ola's like, I don't understand how this works. Like, I have time to make decisions and everything, whereas like there's 100 different factors coming at the same time. It's like, I know exactly what to do. You know, look down, jump away with the grenade launcher, go up the lift, get a kill.
See, honestly, the worst thing you can do is have analysis paralysis, where you're like, there's a decision I can make here, here, here. You got to be decisive. So sometimes I'll just go, you know what, got to turn this thing off.
That's the thing, is you enter this like ultimate state of focus. It's just instant. You can't be thinking too much.
It's actually true though. Like I've always been a big proponent of overanalyzing the game outside the game. Overthink to the point where it's like, all right, once I'm in the game, I make instant decisions. Don't double guess yourself. Just go and do it.
Yep, that's absolutely
hesitation is a killer.
It is. It's a mind killer and it's a gameplay killer. So yeah, my philosophy is I overanalyze and overthink whenever I'm preparing, but when I'm here, I'm like, okay, don't do that. So that's the problem. Is it's kind of a habit because you do it so much. Like when we went over game types, it got to the point where we're like talking for 2 hours, and then we're like, okay, like, what are the PowerPoints? What did we just even talk about? You know what I mean? It's just like just too much information.
It's funny because you break it down outside the game with your team on such a deep level. You talk about different setups, and then once the game's starting, you're with your team. You're like, let's control sniper. Let's go. Let's
get those power weapons. Yeah.
Just like, hey, just tell us. Play our lives?
Play our game. Here we go.
Everything is just a question mark at the end. You're just like, hey, let's get the kills. Don't die.
I mean, speaking of playing with your team and communicating amongst each other, you got a great team this event. You know, how's that going? Playing with Neptune, Renegade, Saiyan?
I swindled.
You swindled?
I swindled. I don't know how I got on the team.
Oh, come on, dude.
I'm 7 years older than the oldest member besides me. Well, I'm just the oldest member. Dang. I just had a realization. I'm old, man.
We're all
welcome.
old.
Yeah,
we're all
welcome to the desk, by the way.
This is where I'm supposed to be.
This is where you're going to end up.
This is where I'm supposed to be.
Hello.
Hello. I don't know about that. You're still.
But, I mean, it's great, man. They're all just – the thing that's great about this team is if you say, hey, I feel like you made this play and it was poor and this is the reason why, they're receptive to it. I don't really like blanket statements where you're like, hey, that was bad. And you're like, why? And they're like, it just cause. And you're just like, that doesn't help me at all or anybody. But it's just the egos are just non-existent. I mean, obviously you gotta have a little bit of an ego.
You have to. If
that's if you're competing, right?
You're gonna go for first place. You have to have a little bit of an ego / confidence.
But when you're with your teammates, you gotta try to flip that switch off and just go, hey, how do we get better? And so that's what we're trying to do right now, and it's awesome.
Gotta have a team ego. Have confidence that y'all gonna work together, you know, sharpen each other and make yourselves the best team possible.
Yeah. Hey, you know, there's a philosophy that if you sharpen the knife too much, it'll break.
Oh, I haven't heard that one.
I've never heard that one.
He's always got a counter argument to your own. Always
I'm
playing
trying
devil's advocate on yourself.
See, that's my problem is I play devil's advocate so often that I don't even know what I think sometimes.
I can just imagine him at home, just like with a flat cap, a pipe, and just a book, just reading from the fire.
You have this great quote.
Halo?
And then,
I write books.
The thing is, you're absolutely right.
Does rock beat scissors? And you're just like, oh man, I thought it did, but now that Ola asked that, I really don't know. Like, did I just lose the game?
I forgot about dynamite, man. It's just, it's good to play both sides sometimes to try to figure out where you want to be, where the line is, and what part of the line you want to be on.
You have to strengthen, like, you know, we can talk about moral questions, or in game strategies, you have to question why is this strategy the right strategy. You should be able to defend it and say it works against these different setups, and maybe you'll find other situations where one of the other strategies actually is the correct play based on the scenario.
It's absolutely true. I think, like I was saying, you have to sharpen the blade as much as you can, but one of the worst things I've ever done is, like, right now, as a player, probably my worst attribute is I try to help too much. I'm like in a good spot, and I'm like, I'll throw my life away to help you out.
Yeah, I'll jump off of this top spot with sniper, like try to save your life down there and bring one.
And it's just, that's on me. I need to not do that. But that's where I sharpen the blade too much of trying to help.
Yep.
And then I end up.
There has to be the right balance of selfishness.
Yeah. So, you know, sometimes you got to be disagreeable to find an agreement.
Oh my God, dude. I think we've all had enough.
All right, we got to get me off the stage.
No, come on.
You see, you're in the home now. You're with us. You're in the old man's home.
Yeah.
You're joining us slowly.
Oh man, I'm getting corrupted by wisdom.
Okay, but whether it's an analysis or over-analysis, whatever it is, things seem to be going well so far. We're going to keep that going for the weekend. I guess just instinct throughout. You got to shut the mind off a little bit and play your best Halo.
That's the plan. You know, sometimes I do overthink even at tournaments. Like I'm sitting ring 1 on Zealot, and I'm like, which one do I want to lift? Blue
Which
or
one?
red?
The blue ones that you have trouble going through, you're just like, or red. I mean, blue, you know, I used to love that color on snow cones back in the day, but red as of late, have looked really good on me in a shirt.
All right.
Bro, that's why I can't go grocery shopping when I'm hungry. Like it's already a struggle when I'm full of whatever. I can eat anything and be full, even of candy. And I'll still buy more candy or something. Like, I just can't. There's too many choices, so I have to really... Sometimes I just gotta... Decisive. You gotta make a choice quick, or you're gonna... It's like... Okay. I don't know. If they play too quick, you'll lose.
There's one choice I know you made that was the correct choice, and that choice was Halo. And I'm glad to have you. I'm glad to have you here playing some Halo. All right,
give me one of these.
Yeah, I will. Keep playing Halo. Let's keep Halo going. And that's it for today's Halo. We got plenty more Halo coming up this weekend. Of course, Saturday, Sunday. We're done for tonight. We'll be back with more intense matches. Before we go, I'd like to thank our sponsors as well, the U.S. Navy and Monster Energy, keeping us energized all weekend long. It's been an incredible Friday so far, and I can't wait for these matches. I hope to see you guys there.
That's a headache and a half, even though it was half shield. Still hits him in the face regardless.
Sometimes you just wonder with how accurate they are with no scoping. You're just like, why do they even bother to zoom in?
Jesus.
Just like I said, why do they even bother to zoom in? Why do you zoom in for that third shot there? He could have just got the triple kill on green.
It is a close combat map, unless you're talking about outside, which is on your screen right now. A lot of these players will tend to kind of, oh my lordy, that's the triple with the no scope job done. Kind of brings it back a little bit. It is a fragile lead. We're only 13 down, 23 seconds. You've got to keep it. This will come down to the wire. All the players are looking onwards. They have the frags, they have the players, they have the bodies on the map. 2 will fall. All of a sudden, a limited international. No. They've fallen at the wayside. It's come down to the last 10 seconds, and they've all died. They've scrapped it up out of nowhere. They're about 40 seconds behind, and now they've won the game. 3-0 will be the series final score. And that's a heartbreaker if you are a limited international losing it at the very final hurdle, the very final seconds. They threw their bodies and they died simultaneously.
Let's find out from Incognito themselves. We got Saiyan joining us up on the desk. Hopefully his headset is working well here. Saiyan,
how's it going?
How you doing, man?
Doing good, doing good.
Welcome to the desk.
Yeah, it was a good series, good start to the day, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you feeling actually about your team's play? You beat both Unlimiteds now. You closed out last night with the U.S. Unlimited, now the International. Feeling pretty good about your team's gameplay so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think especially from the last few scrims that we played, and we actually were not able to scrim the last couple days and then come into LAN. I feel like we're even clicking even more.
Right.
Personally, I think our teamwork's even tighter, our comms are even tighter. We're not making as many mistakes, just like kind of throw mode sort of moments where like we're just kind of challenging just a challenge online and stuff like that. Just because I feel like we're taking it way more serious, of course. And we had some good competition for these EU guys and the Unlimited team we played yesterday. So had a lot of good games and really enjoyed it so far.
Did it feel like things were a little bit tough to coordinate in that pit flag game, though? Because it seemed like you were heavily outslaying them. Despite that, they got the first 2 caps. You had all these opportunities, and you managed to get these scrappy caps out, but no real clean runs right away.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it just also, it's a little bit of both of, like, it's the first game of the day. We're warming up. We're just not as into it as we really should be. I think that's something that every team, not even just ourselves, always has maybe sort of a problem with, where it's like it's just the first game of the day. We're trying to warm up our shots, everything. But we already even talked about it, like as soon as the game ended, that there was just moments where like we're completely dominating them, and we are just so stacked, and we don't have the right angles. We're kind of like just playing a little sloppy. Like we're completely outslaying them in the sense of like we're just holding forward at them, and we have the weapons, and it's kind of that overconfidence in a way where it's like just the little things. Maybe we don't have an angle. Like we talked about, watching training, and so we would completely kill them 3 dead, but then 2 guys spawn up, kill us off like a double push to training, and it should have been a really free cap in the sense of like one person just needs to watch that angle. But we weren't picking it up, so I think that's just sort of like the subtle lack of awareness just for how we started the day off, but I feel like we started to pick it up a little bit more. We talked about it, and I feel like the rest of the series, they're also, I got to give those guys credit, they're playing very well.
Yeah.
Like, they're all very individually skilled, so I would never put that down on them. And so they're just going to hit shots, and if we give them the chance to kill us, like, they're going to take that opportunity and put us down. I feel like that's how that pit really kind of turned out.
Yeah, well said.
How's it been for you as an individual playing Halo Reach as such? Because like when we look back to Halo 5, there were a point where you were arguably top 3, top 5 individual players in the world. So then to remove yourself from another game and go compete in a different one, how's it been for you personally?
Personally, it's been kind of odd. Obviously, it's still very different. Also kind of the same as H5, hit scan. Obviously, it is what it is, but just certain mechanics online also make it kind of rough with like bleed throughs and just people living and like 2-shot melee trades. Those kind of things are always just rough to deal with, but I mean, just the fundamental look at somebody shoot is still pretty similar to Halo 5, and there's no thrust, so it's pretty easy to hit your shots. So it's not that bad. I feel like all of us, especially us three, like me, John, and Travis, we're all H5 kids. That's pretty much where we got the big break and where we've been playing for the past couple of years, but it's been pretty easy, especially on land. Like, land feels actually really good, I would say. It's a very completely different game. So it feels very solid, and I'm enjoying it.
Nice. Nice.
Anything for you all?
From my end, I guess I had more of a question still back to that pit flag game, where how are they continually getting those stops? Like you said, a lot of times you were not coordinated. Like you were saying, there was times where you'd get 3 dead, you'd go to training, and then a couple you'd get picked off. From my perspective, it felt like there was so many different times you got the flag out. I would say 6 or 7 different times, and half of those would just get stopped before they even get across the map. Like, I wasn't sure if someone was sneaking in through Needler Pit, if you didn't have the full control of the map, and they were sneaking someone through green or hallway. But for me, it just felt like, oh wow, they got 2 down, they got the flag pulled. This is gonna be moving all the way down towards long haul. And in fact, I would see like a few seconds later, 2 people die over towards Needler Pit, and it's like, flag's dead in the water now.
Yeah, so it just kind of goes back to what I was talking about Shyway on that. It mainly came down to sort of like just that clumping, that overconfidence of being just that too packed. Like it's kind of nice to have like, okay, we're all on the same page, we're all doing the same thing, but it's not. It's to have the right mindset of doing the same thing rather than everyone literally doing the exact same thing and holding hands. Like, it's okay to have a buddy system, but when 3 of us are in their flag or 2 of us are in flag and 1 of us is in Mauler and no one's watching training, or like a 4th guy's dead, or what was also happening too as well was just we kind of like had a few moments during those flag runs where it's like one of us is 1-shot running the flag naturally. Like, we just traded out, or we didn't even trade out kills. Like, we got them 2 or 3 dead, and then the 1-shot guys running it, or both of our guys are 1-shot, and they're just trying to book it, even though there's like probably 1 or 2 guys alive, and then we weren't watching the angles properly, so they just get free shots, and it was just a free, easy kill a few times for us, or for them to kill us. And I think that's just kind of where it came down to. It was just that subtle lack of coordination between us.
Yeah. Overall, though, it seems like the mindset is well in check. You guys are just getting started, just getting rolling in a long Saturday of Halo matches. We got a lot more Halo coming up. It looks like Unlimited is going to be back on stage against Unlimited US. So we got Unlimited versus Unlimited coming up next. Stay tuned, more Halo very soon.
Even though Dead Zone getting sniped with the rockets caught off guard, and now they're trying to answer with a counter cap, but Trippy has something to say about it.
Jeez, Trippy with the shots. Totally able and unafraid to take down 2 players in there, takes them both down in a 1v2. It was a momentary 1v3, and Trippy putting on a show here. That flag also, as a result, being ran through S2 as it crosses the halfway mark as well. Still 3 dead. This should be done and dusted. Final flag does go in, and it's a 3-0 game, a 3-0 series for them as they'll close that.
I'd like to hear from Unlimited themselves, though. We got Eco joining us on stage for a quick interview.
Let's bring the man up.
Yeah, bring him up.
I think we got a headset here.
We do.
Welcome, my friend.
Eco, welcome.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How you doing, man?
Doing good.
New hat?
You know, I gotta let people know where I'm at, you know?
Okay.
I like it. Dig it. Dig it. You guys obviously look real strong coming into that series. Not so strong? Okay, tell us about it. Talk to us.
Oh, see, that's what I did not want, for you to tell me to talk, but I mean, I guess we played good right there, but I think the only thing yesterday, I might answer like a question that you might ask. I mean, it was obvious we just didn't have a single power weapon and kind of was unwinnable versus Renegading them.
Right.
And Neptune decides, like, he doesn't miss with the sniper, so that's cool too.
So we talk about power weapons and how you weren't able to get them yesterday. It's so much easier to get power weapons when you're obviously just like more individually skilled and you have more map control. And you were able to do that consistently throughout the series. You got every overshield on pit. You got every set of rockets on countdown pretty much. Without a coach right now, currently, moving on into the bracket play, what are you guys going to be able to do to keep that consistency of power weapon control against the teams that you're not able to keep map control as strong as you are against a team like Unlimited International?
Well, I mean, we are looking for a coach, so, you know, people have been hitting me up. I appreciate that. Maybe we'll get one, but, I mean, that series, we definitely did, like you said, a good job of getting everything, and we just, I don't know, for me, Reach is, like, since, this might sound dumb, but, like, since there's so many shots, it's really fast-paced, like, it's really chaotic, so it's actually kind of hard to be on top of stuff like that with rockets and sniper spawning every 10 seconds, it seems like.
Yes.
So that series, we slowed it, like, calms down. We didn't even talk about that, but I think we actually did, like, subconsciously slow our comms down, and, like, so I think if we just stay calm and, you know, have communication like that, we should be fine.
In a situation like last night where you guys lose that close series with Incognito, afterwards do you talk about it a lot amongst the team, or do you try not to talk about that stuff and just kind of focus on playing your best Halo for the weekend, not get too caught up in the details?
Yeah, I mean, since, you know, we've been doing this for a while, it's
right.
Sometimes when you lose, I mean, you can talk about a little bit, like some things, but I mean, I think the big takeaway is we didn't have a single power weapon, so we didn't even have a chance to, like, we didn't have a chance. So I think we're all on the same page, knowing why we lost. So I mean, we're fine though.
Yeah, ton of experience there for sure. It seems like the main thing is you guys just need a coach to keep control of those power weapons. Then you're done. You're good to go. So
right, this is where I.
Rob, yeah.
Exactly.
Literally the Halo Reach coach right there. Look at that. That would be nice to see.
But it sounds like, Kevin, that overall you guys are kind of thinking that there's an even higher skill ceiling for you at this event. That there's even more kind of ability to fire on all cylinders.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when we scrim, like, we've been scrimming a decent amount, I guess. I mean, just playing it through the tournament will definitely just continue to get better, and yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, we look forward to watching you guys through the bracket for sure.
Absolutely. Only expecting you to continue to get better as the tournament goes on. We got more Halo action coming up. Stay tuned for Incognito versus RPG.
Being forced to trade these kills out, which is a great thing if you're an Infinite fan, right? Because, like, trading kills when you're up 6, you're automatically going to win that. And Minotaurs just being in such disfavorable positions with no map control, it feels like they haven't had control of Ring for so long that it really feels like they're starting to fall behind.
Absolutely. 47-41 now. 3 kills to go here for Infinite. Clutch starting to get choked up here. just how much this match has fallen away from Minotaurs. Only 1 kill to go for them. There's someone here right around the wall. It's going to be Shelly. They don't get it yet, though. 49-42. 1 more kill. Ryan Noob trying to be the one that might find that in Ring. He's on the Ring wall. And eventually that will be it. And game number 2 will also go to Infinite here. 50-42 is our final score, making it look way too easy on the home stretch. That was a 2-kill game for a while, Clutch, and they let it fall away from him.
Yeah, we talk about the lack of practice that we hear that Minotaurs has, right? And I think that it really shows when they get control of Ring, but they don't know what to do with it, right? Like, I think that, like...
Well, let's hear from the team themselves. I'm excited to welcome King Nick from Infinite up to the desk.
Let's get this guy up here.
I'm excited.
Come on in, Nick.
Yeah.
Here you go. Welcome to the desk.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. After that performance, you're more than welcome up here anytime you want to be up here, right?
I gotta say, does it feel good to be up here and to be with such an incredible team, one of the top teams in this event? How does that feel?
I mean, these guys gave me a shot, so I'm grateful for it. I'm literally teaming with gods, like, we're 2nd seed, like, just great feeling.
Did it come right off of matchmaking? Ryan Noob said you guys played matchmaking and they thought you were good, they grabbed you.
So me and Remy were like a team of 2 going into this game. We were playing a lot of matchmaking. We were matching these pro teams. You know, most of the pros were nearing the level 50, so the matches were always pro teams.
Right.
And we were beating these teams like consistently, and I played Ryan a bunch, Rain, those guys. I just reached out to them.
Yeah, they had to pick you up.
So, you know, your story, and somehow I always turn this into me, right?
It really does. I'm sorry about
Why would you preface it by saying that?
Because it probably gets on people's nerves. Anyways, your story reminds me a lot of, like, Cloud giving me an opportunity with Believe the Hype back in the day, because Cloud was on this top 4 team and was getting a lot of offers, and I feel like Ryan was on a really top team in Halo 3 and was probably could have picked the litter of who he wanted to team with. But Cloud, like, said, you know what, I want to team with people that I believe in, that haven't had the shot yet, but I think that can really do it, and they're also my friends. So to be able to get that opportunity, it's a big moment for you, right? This is a big tournament. Is this the farthest you've ever been in winners bracket? Winners 2?
Yeah. So I competed in Halo 5. A lot of people probably recognize me from H5. This is the furthest I've ever been. It's my first top 8 placing overall.
Yeah, I think I don't really want to ask you too many questions because I know you need to stay focused. I just want to give you a couple words of just like stay focused. Embrace the moment and do your thing because you're on this team for a reason, right?
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm really confident in this event. I think we'll do really well.
Yeah, you guys look great. I was saying, I love your story, right? Because I mean, the first time we met, I think I was throwing, you were like winning free-for-all tournaments. I was throwing, you were winning headsets, all this stuff. And all of a sudden, fast forward here, you're on the main stage, like dominating with these guys. Does that get, when you think about kind of the people you're playing against, on the main stage, you're now moving even further than winners. Does that get into your head, or you feel like you're just kind of lasered and playing your game?
I mean, the people sitting next to me are some of the best Halo players of all time. So like, when I look across the stage, like I'm not worried at all. I mean, I've upset pro teams before, so it's just like another day, basically.
Another day at the office.
Heck yeah, keep doing it.
Yeah. There was one other thing. Before the event, Tashi sent out a tweet saying, are there any mouse and keyboard players we can talk to in this event? Somebody tagged you, and then we've been watching closely, trying to see, and you ended up on controller.
So Tim just tagged me, Rain, to like just troll, I guess.
Oh, no.
I mean, I played a bunch of mouse and keyboard online. I just don't think it's like that viable right now.
Yeah.
Being infinite would be better. I would compete in a heartbeat if it was.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, I think definitely we're going to see mouse and keyboard players come up. It doesn't seem like Reach is the game to do it, but all in all, you don't need it. You are killing it on controller right now. Your team is doing amazing. I can't wait to see what happens next. We got plenty more Halo coming up. Stay tuned, guys.
The second it's called out, 3 people look towards him. And within seconds of being on this POV, he's dead. There's nothing they can do with this. They're in the rat trap. This is just so good to watch. The team shot is a formidable force. This is just a wave coming crashing down on Incognito's heads.
Nothing they can do, like you said, and that's a 50-35 dominating performance from Sentinels. This is the final hill, and these engagements are going to decide everything. A nice pickoff from Renegade, taking out Lethal, missing on APG, and there's now a final player over at top gold. What are Incognito going to be able to do?
We got him. He actually got him with that second nade. That's the follow-up as well, so the opposing one's good. They need to keep a hold of this because this is the same scenario that we had before, Dave, in King of the Hill. They literally need to hold every single second. Time is ticking. It will go all the way down to the wire unless the grenades are good. They need to lock this one down. The sniper rifle's there. It's doing its job. He finds him at the side of the head. Where's his teammates? No one's in the hill. Renegade, you got to throw your body in there. There's one. There's the second. Doesn't hit it. DMR's out. Hold APG at arm's length. This could be it. This could be so good.
Now they have to worry about the gold push. That's the major angle that these players get going from. It doesn't seem like Saiyan or Renegade are ready from anything coming from gold. And here comes the gold push like I talked about. It's Lethal trying to push in. Get this. There's 5 seconds left.
They're holding on for dear life.
God! The clutch team Sentinels lose it at the final hill, losing over 50 points in that final hill.
2 seconds left on the clock. By hook or by crook, somehow, some way, they do it. They get the job done. They pull it back from the depths of everything that was impossible. I mean, it was a 2-second game.
This is the moment they're looking for. Looks like they got 2 down. Ola has this so far in the rocks. Now, what they need to do, though, Incognito needs to not stop yet. Their goal should be to get the flag all the way on their half of the map, maybe towards their hut or towards the ramp, and then slay. So if they're in doubt right here, if they feel like any risk of dying, Ola needs to stop this and slay. 2 of his members down, he needs to drop this and get some kills. This is not a very beneficial move at the moment for Ola in the Incognito roster.
I'm surprised he hasn't just run it in yet.
That's a desperate play if he goes for it. He's now revealing that in a position where his teammates are going to die if they have to touch that flag.
He's going for it.
Ola
He's going for it. Doesn't get it. His teammates are there. Can they desperate it in? Where are they? Will they run this one? Renegades is there. They know that they're all playing around the rocks. There's several members. He's going to get it. They throw in a second member.
No.
There's 2 seconds. They have to get this one in, but it's flag out. The overtime will go down. And they're going to defend this one, and Sentinels will say
that is difficult.
Yeah, great play all around, and I can't wait to hear what Sentinels has to say about it. We got Lethal joining us on the desk.
All right. Yeah, take your time, Lethal.
Come on, Tony.
No one's waiting for you here. Mosey on over.
You said. I just saw you looking at me.
I said, take your time, walk over here. We don't just have thousands of people waiting for you.
It's all good.
Literally thousands.
This waits for me.
Yeah. I mean, we're waiting for you. You just put up some pretty amazing showing, but towards the end of that Nexus game and then getting into Sank, did things get a little scary there?
No, that's pretty much how I expected it to go.
Okay.
Yeah, we played Nexus like 90% amazing, and then I don't know.
That's what I was going to say.
Something bad happened.
Like literally, Mike, I had a question prepared where I was going to say, is Nexus Hill one of your better game types? Because I figured you're so good at holding these plat setups, but you're also not afraid to be aggressive on their spawns and being so hyper aware of your own closet if they spawn there. It's like you were doing an amazing job, and then all of a sudden they get this perfect final hill and close it out.
Yeah, I don't know. Even like leading up to this, there'd be some days we'd scrim and we'd play it amazing, and then sometimes we just play it like that last hill and a half. I don't know. I don't have any excuse. I just blame Royal too, because he started shot calling at the end, and he's bottom green. He's just like, somebody shoot hill guy, take him out, I'll lift, and no one did that. I don't know.
Do you ever get that one where someone will just step up randomly and
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like normally it's just PJ, and he's like white noise to me, and then Matt's complaining he's white noise, and then when they like switch, like if PJ complains and Matt starts shot calling, I don't know what's going on.
All falling apart. How is it for you guys? Mainly just from an enjoyment factor playing Reach again, because this is kind of, you would say, rather than Halo 5 and H2 and everything, bread and butter where you guys started and kind of came on the cup up, so to speak.
All I know is 10 years ago I was playing Halo Reach with APG, and now I still am. So I haven't made much progress. So that's all I know. It just feels like the same stuff's going on.
Is it like you go back to like reading a form you filled out when you were a kid? Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, 10 years from now, I want to be playing Halo Reach with APG. And he's like, I'm living my dream.
I might have actually wrote that on an assignment. Yeah.
I mean, it is.
We're even teaming at Anaheim. That's where the Crimsix interview.
Right.
I'll sit right next front row seat.
It is still Reach, yes, but at least it's on PC. You got the higher FPS. Is that at least a better experience? It feels smoother on LAN.
Oh, I love playing PC games way more than console. I play a lot of PC games. I had to stop myself actually from bringing my mouse and keyboard because I knew I was tempted.
Oh no, you didn't bring it.
I knew I was going to be tempted, and if PJ looked over and saw me playing mouse and keyboard, he just had to start breathing. And
So even if it's a team that you guys are going to wreck 3-0, no problem. If you bring out the mouse and keyboard in one of the easier games, it doesn't matter. It's 100% control.
I probably play better.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but it changes the way you probably play based on mouse keyboard. You have certain scenarios. There's certain situations and scenarios that you're gonna play differently based on mouse and keyboard.
I get sniper, and that's it. I mean,
do you guys have any preference on like once Infinite comes out, if it's all working, everything's good, and the controllers aren't like Reach where it's a little bit stronger? Do you guys have any preference on what you want to be pushing?
Whatever we're better at and have the best chance of winning tournaments from that aspect.
I think it's got to be controller. Because think about the mass
but if they're good.
mouse and keyboard audience out there.
APG's the best mouse keyboard player ever. You guys should see him. If he ever streams, check it out. He's awesome.
All right.
He's the best.
I can't tell if you're being.
You'll have to wait and see.
My lethal, amazing gameplay so far. You guys are, performing as expected. You've been winning throughout, and I can't wait to see what happens going on in this tournament. Games are finally getting closer. It looked like it was a 3-0, but towards the end of that Nexus game, things changed. We finally have some real close, some tight series, and it's great to see. We got more Halo coming up next. Stay tuned. We've got Infinite and Mantra.
Infinite, like I'm saying, and hard counter what they want to do, and they've started to like develop the strategy in the middle of the game because they were not this aggressive towards the start of the game, but they definitely feel comfortable now winning that one-on-one. A little body disrespect. Boo Boo going back for the melee. Doesn't care if he has shield or not. And now this could really be bad if you're an Infinite fan, because this is the last cap that Mantra needs.
Boo Boo picking up where he left off yesterday. We couldn't really say enough about the show that he put on the main stage, and that's exactly what he's doing here. Killing spree, stays alive on the first BR and Needle Pit throughout this entire engagement, and he should be sending that final flag home.
Yeah, this is going to be a GG game one going to the likes of Mantra. Ace does go down, but I don't believe they have a sniper, and Boo Boo's going to walk this one in, rightfully so, after the plays that he made to get the flag.
Really is here now. Only 3 more kills to go. Okay. 2 kills to go here. Boo Boo Doo Boo lands a beautiful shot there on Rain. Sniper spray on Ryan Noob as well. 1 kill to go. Bottom base hits the body on Rain. Doesn't even need to finish. This team is on fire. They will go up 2-0. This is not over yet.
No, if they're able to kill Boo Boo Doo Boo top green here really quickly, they're going to be able to reset Slays and
Mantra's not going to be able to construct a team push, but Ace has spawned behind them in the closet, and this is his opportunity to kind of say 15 seconds left. He's got to get them out of the hill.
Lead change here, 5 points separating them. Now they have to get in the hill, otherwise this will be an Infinite win here. Looks like, no, that's going to be it. They're not going to have enough time, and Infinite stays alive in this series with a beautiful final play on the final hill.
I don't know who's selecting the soundtrack, but let's just get out of that somber, like, acoustic guitar and, you know, light vocals, back into the Halo action. We got a special guest on the stage here. I'm happy to welcome Elamite.
Oh, thank you very much. Good to be here. Good to be here again.
This is who you were smiling at.
Yes, it was.
I
missed him on the reasons.
I was hiding off camera.
That's my analyst.
I need my Apple crate though. I'm feeling extra short up here.
We can do that.
Bring it down, guys. Come on.
I need this.
Let me ask you one thing. I'm sure the guys on the desk also have some questions about the whole series. Were you expecting there to be a flag touch on the mid-rock flag at the end of that game?
Well, we were timing the flag, and we're like, oh, I don't think they're going to get it in time. We're going to wait, and they think we got the extra 2 seconds, but no, we knew they didn't have it.
You're such a
bad
You're such a liar.
Absolutely. I don't know how they didn't get that. No idea. No idea what
that was a big blunder on their part, and it ended up paying out for you guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We were pretty psyched after that one. We didn't even make a comment on it. We didn't even say it returned. We all just kind of looked at each other like he's either hiding with it behind the flag and we don't know, or it's back at home. So let's just keep playing. Yep.
Speaking of psyched, you were mentioning right before you got on stream that this team gets hyped that you've been coaching. Tell me about the energy from Spartan and the boys there.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, so I just kind of came on last minute here. So it's all these guys, right? And they've got it all down. They've got their strategies. They know what they want to do, and just go figure. I actually coached Spartan in the past, and everyone loves when Spartan wins because Spartan gets so hyped. Even when he's losing, he's hyped a lot of the time.
Well, he's just so emotional. He's just such a compelling player because of, like, he's so polarizing because of his emotion. Like, win or lose, there's always just something there that's just raw, and, like, you can appreciate that, just the passion that comes out, win or lose, and I think that it's a joy to see him win.
And he has a skill to back it up too, right? So when he is getting hyped, you know something's going on, and it's not just like, oh, I killed that one-shot guy and now I got a double here. No, it's like he shouldn't have won that fight at all, and he pulls it off.
Taking a look at some highlights here from that series as well. This was a huge play by Boo Boo to stay alive there. It felt like you guys were able to really, a lot of the games, Kyle, throughout the series, they were pretty close off of the break, and you had really strong finishes. What do you think it was that allowed your team to really, when the moment counted, this shot? Jeez.
Oh, God, I leaned back. I almost fell off stage after I saw that one. I mean, that's the best thing about being behind these guys. And one, these guys are insanely good. They've always just kind of been overshadowed in the past. You know, even Falgated himself, right? You don't hear about him too much. This is a great opportunity. This is one of the strongest rosters some of these guys have had in quite some time here. So, you know, going through these games, like, we have the game plan, but we're not going up against any scrubs here, right? These guys are good. They hit their shots, and if they get that sniper rifle, the push is over, right? Lots of times they get behind you. One man is able to shut those down, pushes down a lot. I think they all had great examples of that. We were just able to battle through and stay the course.
Yeah, I think the reason you guys were able to come out on top throughout this series was just power weapon control and the damage that you're able to do with it. What's it like coaching someone like Boobadooboo, who on a map like Sank is literally just spawning with snipe, because every single time we go to his screen, he has a sniper and he's ripping someone's head off.
Well, that's not by chance, right? That is absolutely planned, and we know, and players are leaving. Well, it's not. I wish I could take credit for it, no, but players are leaving that sniper rifle because they don't want it, and they know what they can do with the other weapons that they have here. And when you've got Spartan hitting his shots, he's not losing fights, even down shot. Falcated, he had so many battles he should have lost that he ended up pulling out, just straight DMR fights that secured wins. When you're in your own base and the guy flanks you in pit and gets the first shot, and your teammates on the opposite end of the base, that is a counter pull. That is a counter cap, not 90% of the time. But when that guy turns around and actually wins that fight, it gives you guys the momentum, the hype energy, and then a 4v3 map. You know, it just changes everything, right? So we just did a great job recognizing. We knew we always had to expect the flank from this team.
Especially Ryan knew, right?
Right, so we knew if we don't know where they are, they're behind us.
Exactly.
And that's exactly how we approached it.
I think that having you in their ears, just being able to remind them of that consistently, is so important when playing a player like Ryan, because if you expect it, then you can play around it, and you can punish him for kind of playing in a play style where he's by himself across the map. But if he's able to get that first kill, like you're saying, it's a counter cap 100% of the time when you felt like you had control right there. So consistently just reminding yourself who you're playing against is a big step to moving on throughout the tournament.
Absolutely, and not only that, but like in those scenarios, we were so on top of spawns. Like even on the map we lost, the Nexus, we're so on top of spawns, we were able to heavily outslay them. Now, of course, we got to work on getting more scrap time, and I think we kind of just let off the gas a little bit. I know even me personally was kind of like, okay, we're up like 80 seconds, we've got this win, and sure enough, they brought it back. So that's just one of those maps. It kind of plays out like that, but I think you know, this team is actually really, really good.
One thing I do want to say, you're going to the winners finals to play against Sentinels.
Wow.
You had this mindset where you had to play against Ryan Noob, and you have to continuously remind the guys, hey, you're playing against Ryan Noob, he's going to be behind you. Royal 2 is one of those players that not necessarily is behind you, but you got to remind the guys, Royal 2's on the map somewhere. He's got snipe. You need to keep tracks on him if you want to have success.
The thing with Sentinels is that it doesn't matter who it is, right? You know, if there's one guy left alive, that flag capture, that hill, that kill could be done. Doesn't matter anything.
Nothing's guaranteed.
Right? Yeah. So, you know, you strive for perfection and you hope to make as little mistakes as possible as we go along here. And these guys are in the right mindset and the right mentality, the right skill. And, you know, this was more of a last-minute team. I kind of only joined like a few days ago even, really, to kind of help them out. But listening to them talk to each other, communicate, you know, you can tell, like, this is, I don't know if you guys were watching, actually, I think it was off stream, but Boo and Ace had this back and forth, one red bar, kill like 6 people, just bait and switch action, and it was some of the best bait and switch I've ever seen in my entire life, and like, no joke.
It's sometimes you just like click like that, right? Sometimes you just play with people and you just are just so cohesive with them, and you understand exactly like what the right play, and so did they, to where you can work around each other so perfectly. And I don't know how long this team exactly has been formed and been practicing, but it really feels like they have a good balance and understanding of what everyone else is doing on the team. And it's easy to have success when that kind of mentality is going on.
And I think there's a lot of players that are generally overlooked a lot of times, maybe aren't the first call or the first text when these teams are being formed, and it kind of like evened itself out and worked its way out to have this squad. So you got the similar mindsets, mentalities going into it, and you know, when you're meleeing someone one red bar and you stay alive because your teammate's there to shoot just quick enough to not kill you and actually kill him, and you just come alive and your shield started charging, you're like, I should never be alive in this situation. That's a trade online, that's a trade, but like in this scenario with these teams and 2 people doing it back and forth is a scary sight.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm so impressed with Mantra overall. I think most impressed with Mantra over any team right now. Not even just from the players on the team, but yourself coaching, and then having people like Zios and Karma representing Mantra as well. Just overall, the team looking incredible. These games are incredible, and I can't wait to see more. We got plenty more Halo action coming up. Stay tuned.
And they destroy the setup that we saw Antimatter Gaming have. We run down this clock, we run down this hill time, and that is going to be all she wrote for Antimatter Gaming. Lux, they stay in the bracket. They continue their assault potentially to Championship Sunday. There is still a way to get back to the Grand Finals, but it's going to be paved with difficulty. Many a team stand in their way, and they've got a ton of work to do ahead of them.
Halo matches going, though. I'd like to hear from somebody on Lux themselves. I'd like to welcome Kratos to the desk. There he is.
Hi, guys.
How we doing?
Welcome.
You good?
Yeah.
Doing pretty good?
Is this live?
It is.
It is live. We are live.
We're not recording.
No.
So,
how's things?
I was not missing you. I don't know.
No?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah. Good.
Feeling really good.
So, like, we were just talking about the series, and while the last game was very dominant, that's great to see. I feel like we were kind of expecting those lopsided results throughout the series, but Countdown was a lot closer. Slayer Pit was a lot closer, but that doesn't change anything for you, I guess. It's
yeah, I mean, on Pit, like, the only reason that was close because I was playing really scared, which I shouldn't be doing.
Okay.
And then Countdown, we were doing fine, and they, like, double capped or triple capped on us to, like, get to 3 caps, and I don't know. I felt like we were in control the entire time, at least.
Right.
Gotcha.
So it does nothing to affect your energy going forward, basically. Of course, you're in elimination bracket, but you know that this is not over. You have that shot still.
The one thing about our team is we don't lack energy. Like, we can maybe lack some, like, communication or knowing the game, but energy, nah. Like, we're just fired up the whole time, you know?
Yeah.
I think we've seen that from Halo 5 because we know what you and your guys can do, and some of the stuff that's kind of shouted from across main stage and various other bits and bats.
Yeah.
How was it for you as an individual? Like, and let's kind of be candid and blunt here. Been seen as like the bad guy of Halo 5 and the bad guy of the community.
I think it's fun because people like to watch me, and I like when people watch. Because, I mean, a lot of the big series I've ever had, people will be cheering against me, then during it or after it, they're cheering for me, so I enjoy that. I think it's really fun. Like, people can have something to watch.
I think it's nice to have a bit of personality in the scene. I miss that.
It's a bold statement, and it makes you memorable, and it gives a narrative to Halo, and I think that's a great thing to have. So it's good to have a couple more Kratoses in Halo, I think.
Next matchup. How you feeling about that one against
Fallen? We got Fallen Esports.
Yeah, we played them in pool play, actually, and we won Game 5.
Oh, it went to Game 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Game 5.
Oh, that's promising then.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun series, but I think we're the better team. We just gotta play like it. We'll win.
How have Neighbor and Hysteria been playing? How are the old dogs doing?
Hysteria's not that good.
Ooh. I hope that fires him up. I hope he heard that.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool to see Mason or Neighbor back.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my favorite pros when I first started competing. It's cool to see him like finally compete. It's been, well, I've been gone, so he's been playing Halo 3, but for me, he hasn't been competing since Reach, last Reach, right? So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Nice.
So good opportunity to play against him once again. Like you said, in pools, it was close, but you managed to win it. I think you're the better team going forward. We're going to have to find out. Of course, we are not done with our Saturday yet. We got more Halo coming up. Stay tuned.
This is a potential counter cap, right? Like, how much ground did they have to give up in order to get that first cap? It looks like it's going to have to be all of the ground, considering Dead Zone's running this flag with Snipe, and no one is in sight right now. And Nate goes by him, hits him, but it doesn't matter. 5-1 is the final score to your game one, Unlimited, making it look easy. Early
looking. And actually put it to good use as well.
Surprised he's not dropping one of these for his teammates. Selfish little wizard.
I mean, to be fair, when you've got a T2 combo, you ain't going to give it up.
What? I do every time. If I get a chance, I divvy those up, help some teammates out.
Oh, go on, Ola. Find your triple. It's on runway as well.
Oh, my God.
Big boy shots coming in. That's the nice one to do it. Now you can apply the pressure and maybe get them trapped in the rocks. Finally, someone stops him in his tracks, but that's a beautiful set of events.
The free-for-all this event, as far as like energy, has been pretty awesome. Honestly, like the pressure has been surprisingly pretty high. You know, there's a lot of no names, but there's a lot of also experienced players that got knocked out in the pool before. So, you know, the competition's pretty good. Winning the FFA will be huge. I haven't won one in a long time, but I usually make it to the finals for whatever reason. Every time I make it to the finals in free-for-all, it's just like I can't secure the win. So, you know, it would be huge. It would be huge, confidence booster as well. I'm not like the most, you know, flashy, you know, challenging everything, but, you know, I'm more calculated. And I think that adds to my consistency as far as like placing, you know, advancing top 4 or, you know, advancing top 2. And then, you know, I usually find myself in the finals, but, you know, like I said, I can never overlook anyone. My biggest threats at this event in the free-for-all would have to be Eli Elite, Pikachu, and I'm probably Arctic. Those guys are pretty good. Playing against teammates in free-for-all, it's something I've been used to, but it is kind of annoying, especially like in the earlier parts of the tournament, because there's still so much more, you know, tournament to play, and a lot of times you keep playing them over and over again, and it's just like, damn, you know, I don't want to play these guys early, and you know, but if it comes to the finals, I'm all with it. I'm for it. It's a key part of, you know, Halo's tradition that they have a competitive, you know, free-for-all aspect, you know, that people can still, you know, get involved with that and make a name for themselves. They don't have to rely on teammates and whatnot. It's just all you. And, you know, I think that that's really important. That's like the classic way of making a name for yourself. You know, guys like Pistola, guys like, you know, Karma, those guys are huge in free-for-all. So, you know, even my brother Alumni, like, he made his name, a name for himself in FFA. So like, I'm no different, and it's nice to, you know, for young guns to, you know, have that opportunity. Make sure you guys don't miss the FFA Grand Finals tomorrow at 10 a.m. PT.
In the background as well. Who's got control of it and which way is it going to go? Anyone got the return yet? No, not yet. Eco's there.
What a clutch.
That's
Ola kills through the
insane.
smoke. Takes it slow once again. I also would love to see him push up towards top gold for a moment, but Ola said he needs to secure that flag cap because Renegade was not coming landing. Trippy was picked off. One player going towards front jump. And Neptune is one of the last surviving members near the flag. Eco trying to bring this in. This is going to knock Incognito out. They put this flag in, and that is it. Unlimited taking the series. 3-1.
Right. I think we were surprised by Unlimited, showcasing unlimited potential. Let's get this team up here. We've got Stellar, I believe, joining us on the desk.
Right.
Yes.
How you doing, B?
What's up? Good, how are you?
Welcome, Stellar.
Thank you.
Good to have you, man.
Good to be here.
5 into Championship Sunday by the skin of your teeth. That last match was just...
Yeah, well, walk us through in exact detail what happened that last minute of the flag game. Just tell us, you know, exactly what happened from every single player's perspective.
Complete and utter chaos. That's all.
Oh my god. Like, we just couldn't keep track of the flags, and that last minute, both of them were out at one point.
That's how that game type is, though. Like, you can stop it on the millimeter and just get control and double cap, just like that.
Chaos. Chaos, chaos, chaos.
Did it help having Hoaxer? I know when we talked to Eco earlier, he said we couldn't get the power weapons, and maybe having a coach would help, and Hoaxer kind of stepped in. Did it change things at all?
Yeah, I mean, the first time we played him, we didn't even have a coach, so that was good. And then, yeah, Hoax is an amazing coach in the first place, so he was definitely a great help to our team, yeah.
How much time have you had in Halo Reach yourself, like leading into this?
I mean, we have a decent amount of scrims, and then, I mean, I played Halo Reach when it was out. I think a lot of us have a lot of experience with it, but, I mean, yeah, I'd say we were pretty well practiced coming in here.
Does it feel good to come back to LAN again? It's been a while since I've seen you playing some Halo. Of course, you had Halo 5, you had your amazing run with Splice, and here you are, you're in top 4 now.
Yep, I mean, it's definitely an adjustment coming back after not competing for like a year. Yeah. You know, got to get the brain all oiled out and stuff, you know, running at that speed again. But yeah, it's good to be back.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No, I think from my end, the only thing I can think from that series was the last flag game. Like, everything else is starting just to like disappear. I don't think of the Nexus King of the Hill game anymore. I don't think of the rest of that series. I just see Zealot flag and that last minute and a half of chaos.
Yeah. Kind of like going forward into the night, like you finished successfully tonight. What does your evening look like? Like, do you continue playing Halo Reach, like grind into the evening, or do you kind of, you know, relax for a bit, think about the next day?
Oh, I'm going straight to bed.
You're going straight to bed?
Yeah.
Okay. That's how it should be. You gotta, you wake up early. We got a huge day of Halo tomorrow. Some incredible matches coming up. Let's take a look at what we can expect tomorrow. Let's take a look at the brackets. See what we got left in the tournament. This is the elimination bracket right here. I believe that the Lux series, did it just finish? I can see them sitting there over at the
I see 1-1 here on the scoreboard right now, so it looks like it may be a tied series if we have it fully up to date here.
Who would you personally prefer to play out of those two teams?
Probably Lux, if I was being honest. But I'm confident against either one of them.
Have you played one of those just yet? I can't remember the score lines.
Yeah, not at the tournament, but online in the Cups we've played against Lux, I think.
Okay.
Right. Well, it's good to see Lux, you know, showcasing some great momentum as well, struggling earlier, but 1-1 against Infinite, which Infinite being one of the most dominant teams here. So nice to see. Here's the winner's bracket as well. We have one hell of a series coming up. Sentinels versus Mantra. Can't wait to see that one. Mantra, big surprise this tournament so far. Sentinels playing about as well as we'd expect them to. Incredibly well throughout this weekend. Overall, the matches have been great. It's so great to be back with Halo Esports, of course, in 2020, the new era in Halo Esports. Before we get going tonight, and before,
well,
wow.
Hey, if I was also on the production team, I would cut off Shyway as fast as I could almost every single time. So
to be honest,
I do not blame y'all.
I can't. Okay. All right, I'm going to try it again. Before we get going tonight, we have to thank our sponsors. We've got the U.S. Navy and Monster Energy giving us energy all weekend long. It's good to finally be back with Halo Esports. We will be back tomorrow, Sunday, in the morning, nice and early, kicking off our Halo Esports.
And that's a player that gets away with his life. Very nerdy. Pushes Article up, and Article is unable to trade the kill. Diagram is himself a 4-kill lead, 5-kill lead with 45 seconds left.
And how dare we doubt him now? 4 kills up, 40 seconds on the clock. If he just continues at this pace, picks up 1 or 2 more, barring an overkill or so from the other side, should be able to close this out. We'll see if he can grab one more. We do not see Article striking just yet. Still, it's a 4-kill deficit. Now make that 3. Not over yet between these two. Great shots from Diagram against Decliner as well.
Yeah, I think that kill right there is going to be the one to remember, but it's still just a 3-kill game. Article picks up a double, catches Reaper Life off guard. If he gets a double melee, on to Decliner.
Almost an over that we talked about. It almost has struck. He's down by 2. He needs a big double kill here, but another one comes in for Diagram, so he's down by 3 with 5 seconds left. That will secure it, and that will ensure that Diagram is your free-for-all champion here at DreamHack Anaheim.
Wow. Woo! Article, there's just too many times in that game where we saw him get the assist instead of the kill, right? And all it had to do is happen 4 less times for him to kind of be able to call himself champion.
I can't wait for you to see the scoreboard, because that's actually the exact numbers that you're going to see. We'll pull up those stats in just a second. It's going to come down to exactly what that assist category was, and there's your 4-kill difference, Clutch. Directly in that assist category. You don't always see it line up so directly, but here we see a 4-kill difference in the kill category, 4-kill difference in the assist column as well.
And an unbelievable game by Diagram, right? He started off hot, consistently played well. There was a time where he had a 7-kill lead, and I thought he really might blow the entire game open, but the rest of the pack kind of answered the ring of the bell, right? Article did his thing, was able to make that game close up until the last minute 30, where it felt like Diagram got off Swan, picked up 3 quick kills, and from there, he always just had that 3-4 kill buffer that is so nice to play with. He played his heart out, right? Like, he responded to everything that you kind of threw at him, Diagram. Thank you for joining us, by the way.
Yeah, surprise.
You're welcome.
Here he is.
But yeah, he kind of responded, and it was a battle towards about the 130 mark. But as soon as the game got tied for just a little bit, I think you separated yourself pretty much immediately and got yourself that comfortable 3-4 kill lead, like we say. And you were able to kind of play with a little bit more confidence because you had that lead.
Yeah. How did you feel going into that game?
So, you know, every one shot I just wanted to clean up, just taking control of the map, winning every one of my slays. You know, if I lost one, I had to get 2 the next. That's how I thought of it. And like in the 30s, you know, I took a lead about 4, and Article was catching up. But he's a very competitive player. I just wanted to clean him up every time. Look at his kill cam, just clean it up.
Yeah, I love hearing that because like there's a much different strategy when you're like in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and down the line. When you're in 1st, he has the right mindset, right? You're looking at who's in 2nd, where is he, and how can I get him off the map as fast as possible?
Right, yeah, absolutely.
We actually had a chance to talk to your brother, Suppress, briefly before this, and he said that you weren't even sure if you were going to come here in the first place.
Oh, yeah. He just said I was going to support him, and then I knew that he's a very competitive player. All he does is play FFA, but I just wanted to come with him. He told me, "But yeah, bro, you can come. I'll pay for your ticket." And then I just got a controller from Target.
Wow.
Just
you're playing Claw?
Nah, just default.
Just default. Wow,
Yeah.
you just grab it.
What do you think the biggest difference was? I mean, one of the things that we saw, Clutch and I talked about it, was there was a time when Article was starting to catch up where you were really winning a lot of 1v1s. Say a player was lifting on you or you were lifting on someone, you were winning those big 1v1s. Between that and other things, what do you think is the biggest reason you won that free-for-all?
The biggest reason, I think I had a lot of doubles, like ×6. I know just cleaning up 1 kills, every one shot, 1 kills. You know, cleaning up on red basement, blue basement. That was where everyone was spotting. I was just on top blue landing, just killing everybody from bottom middle or top mid.
Right. You got to know where to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
In those moments, there was one moment where I guess Article kind of swung into first place and he was leading for a bit. In those moments where, you know, you lose that lead, how do you kind of keep your composure? Like, do you ever feel like the pressure? Like, how do you get through those moments?
Honestly, I didn't feel any pressure. It's just, you know, like I said, I just got a controller for Target.
Yeah.
I'm not really, I didn't want to like really compete. So that's why I was like, it's either shoot or miss, win or lose.
Okay.
That's an amazing. I want to get, first of all, it's an amazing attitude. Second of all, I want a shirt that says, I just got a controller.
Yeah.
Hashtag, I just got a controller.
I think something.
I didn't even have a hotel.
Oh.
I just left in my car.
I think something.
Did you sleep in your car?
Yeah.
Oh
Dude,
my.
that's an amazing story.
Yeah.
Props. Controller from Target, slept in his car, came and won the free-for-all.
I got $5,000 free-for-all.
This might be my favorite free-for-all story of all.
You know, it means anybody, not that anybody, you got to be very talented, of course, but I'm saying, hey, you at home who's, you know, on the fence about whether or not you want to get into these free-for-alls. I mean, come on.
You have no excuses now.
You got no excuses.
You have no excuses.
There'll be a 30 for 30 on you one day.
Absolutely. I'm tuning in for sure. Congrats, man.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, congrats, Diagram. Thank you so much for joining us on the desk. That will close our FFA. Of course, we are just getting started with our Championship Sunday. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Mantra.
They are going to be running this flag as fast as possible. Roll 2 going down on the flag, but not before the flag gets into green.
Snakebite's already through green. He does fall, though. Who's there for the touch? Let's see who's going to be the one that is deemed the flag runner. APG already through green as well. That nade takes him down, though. Fantastic nade. Boo Boo Dubu's already through. So is Falcon. Falcon has rocks as well. Spartan is in their turret. He will go down. But Falcon might be able to get this return. All he has to do is rocket the touch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this return is inevitable right now. Sentinels not able to get the frags they needed. And Mantra throwing phenomenal nades. The second APG came out of green with flag was immediately introduced to the frag grenade. And Mantra gets that stop, and now the onslaught of Mantra with these rockets is going to be a serious
PR run. He is already in the needle pit and now going through needles. Has not been shot yet starting this run. Let's see if Snakebite can get some nades and shots in. Nades do not connect. Can't finish here. Royal 2 knows that he has one opportunity. Oh, my word! And hits the shot not on the player coming from needles, but on the player who was coming in from long haul instead. What a shot there. And another one. Are you kidding me? Boo Boo Dubu cannot get picked out like that. He knows that Royal 2 is sitting there. There had to be call-outs and communication coming that was the case. There is a touch, though, on the flag. This is not over yet. Is there anyone in position on the other side for a touch? No. Boo Boo's the only one alive. Both players are in their S1. That flag will not get a touch. Royal 2 with the awareness to not only watch the needle side of the flag, but also ready for the long-haul sneaky touch. And that's why this man is one of the best players. Once again, making it into turret and cuts. Boo Boo picks up another kill on the top, and they're going to start to make this cut push. You know the opponents are spawning in the Mauler already, and Boo Boo not slowing down at all.
Yeah, this is the push that Mantra needed. They have an overshield flag runner, so that's going to be a great advantage for them. 2 players for Sentinels go down in the Mauler. All 4 are still alive for Mantra. It's up to the last 2 players of Sentinel. Can they stop this flag? They're going to have to pull off a miracle because this is a great run by Boo Boo. He's doing it so quickly. No one shooting him. And Mantra will take
kills. We'll go 3 kills now coming in for that side. Ace grabs that camo, and he plays the sniper rifle off and the camo as well. You know, that's a safe play. But also kind of wishing maybe he just trusted the no-scope and stayed alive with the camo.
But this is a serious problem. Mantra has complete setup.
Look at this now, and they've even got a few-point cushion. They've held it for the past 25 seconds. It looked like it was tight, but it's actually not as tight because they've held so well. Right now, they need to get the first kill. Boo Boo Dubu gets it on lethal. This could be the secured win. They get a second one as well. It's almost guaranteed. They tie the lead. They gain the lead. 10 seconds left in the game here. 159 to 156. They are about to close it out here. That will be it. Mantra will go up 3-0 in the series in a huge comeback win.
A monstrous collapse right there, right? And that's the second time we've seen the Sentinels roster collapse like that in the last hill of this tournament. And a phenomenal job by everyone on Mantra to stay focused, stay in the game, keep it close, and when it matters, make the plays. So many times Mantra is able to just stop it somehow, some way. Boo Boo Dubu rips a face in the rock, spots the player courtyard.
Oh!
Sorry, Lethal. You're going to the
me?
losers bracket.
Boo Boo Dubu's not done yet. Picks up that shot as well. Let's see exactly where that flag is. Falcon, it does not get a touch, though. It's going to have to be up to Spartan. Can he fly in for it? No. The guys on Mantra will now beat Sentinels 4-0 in our winners bracket finals. No surprise, Spartan is the first man to stand up, and this Mantra side is fired up.
Yeah, and celebrate they should, because I don't know if I've ever seen this Sentinels roster just beat like they just got beaten. I know that there was a lot of close games on the way to this 4-0, right? But it felt like every time Mantra clutched up. And then in that game 4, that was a very dominant performance from the entire squad. We take a look at the stats here. A +10 from Boo Boo Dubu, nothing new there. But it's Falcated, it's Spartan that are really, really impressing me throughout this entire season.
Fucking go, dude! Let's go, baby! Let's fucking go!
I want to hear what Mantra has to say. We have Spartan joining us up on the desk. Let's get him up here.
And I can't wait to hear what Spartan has to say about not only that game 3, but the entire series. Spartan, welcome along. Dude,
hello.
Hello. Man, we don't even know where to begin. The best place might be going into that series. Where were your guys' heads at? What did you know you needed to do to perform?
I mean, going into that series, we just kind of we've been keeping the same mindset the entire tournament, and I mean, much respect to them. Obviously, they've been in like
bajillion grand finals and won 1,000 tournaments, but like that didn't even cross our minds. Like they're just another team in our way to that trophy, and we just went into that series like we're the best, and we wanted to perform.
It showed. Chai, I'll let you kind of.
I just want to say congratulations, man. Like you're guaranteed top 2. You're winner's side grand finals, best position you could be in this tournament. Like, what are you feeling right now?
I feel amazing, man. I mean, this is my first grand final since DreamHack Denver 2017. It's been a long time coming. That break from Halo just in general was so good for me, and I'm back, and it feels so good, man. It feels so good.
That's what you live for.
Yeah, it's you live for the moments like this, and this is just a big one. And I shout out to my teammates, man.
Yeah, speaking of your teammates, I really want to ask you about Falcated and what it means to you and the rest of the team for him to have the series that he had last time. Because honestly, I feel like he's been a player that's been overshadowed by Shotzi and whoever he's teamed with in the past, but this team, for some reason, feels like he's finally starting to gel and he's finally starting to perform like I know he's capable of. How does it feel to, like, throughout this past series, really, like, look over and need a play to be made out of Falcated, and every single time I feel like Falcated made that play for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, Fal's really just maturing as a player. Obviously, I mean, when he first started competing in Halo 5, he was really young, and he's just been gaining more and more maturity, especially like with this team. We're all so cohesive, and you know, we might complain a little bit here and there, but you know, every little bit of criticism we all take it and we utilize it. And Fal is literally the epitome of criticism. Every time we tell him like, yo, I think you should do this, no questions asked, and he's just taken it, and he's just become a whole new player, not only just since the beginning of Reach, but just in this tournament alone.
I love that not only you, but when we had Aaron up here earlier in the tournament, that you both speak about the mentality and the criticism that you're able to give each other, and how you're able to grow from that. I think that is something that Sentinels has always done since they were the likes of Tox, of Optic, of even CLG, right? And I think that, like, learning from that and carrying yourself in such a professional manner, you're only going to get better from it, and in doing so, you can find yourself in the finals.
Yeah. There's 2 games I want to ask you about. The game 1, 27-minute CTF pit. That was a grueling battle, and when we first saw that game, you guys are probably thinking the same thing, that this is going to be a freaking tight series.
Yeah.
What was it that got you that last flat cap?
I mean, first of all, shout out to my teammates for kind of a carry. I kind of got owned that game. I didn't even, like, it's one of those games too, like, I didn't even feel like I was doing that bad. I felt like I was making some pretty solid plays, and then I just look at the stats, I was like, holy crap, I got owned. But, I mean, what sealed the last flag cap is that Jesse literally was like, yo, we're going to get this OB, we're going to use this OB, and we're going to get this last flag cap. And we're like, all right, sounds good. So we get the overshield. Me and Aaron both jump on top Banana. We shoot Snakebite in back ramp. We make him weak. Jesse goes, he finishes him. Me and Aaron kill 2 people there green, and Fal's already like in their side, ready to pull the flag. I'm pushing their pit. We kill the last 2 guys, their Mauler, and we just knew right then and there was game over.
That was game. Yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of forced burns on those OVs, so I think the fact that you guys decided to make that OV cuts push was a difference maker. The other one we have to talk about, obviously, is game 3.
Yeah.
Nexus King. Walk us through. You guys are down by 50 or 70 the whole game. Walk us through how you not only close that out, but it seemed like the end of that game should have been such a nail-biter, but instead you controlled the last hill so well that we didn't even do the math, right? You guys had like a 10-second cushion instead of needing every second.
Yeah. So, I mean, that whole game we were definitely trailing. I think at one point we were down like 51-2, and like that, it just literally, it clicked in our heads like, dude, we're just not milking hill. So at that point we just started to try and milk, and obviously they kept that gap on us throughout the side hills. And then we started to kind of scrap some top green time, which really put us back into the game. And then for that very final hill, I think we were on a bad spawn cycle. I think me and Fal were the only 2 alive, and Jesse was like, dude, we need to wait until all 4 of us are up, and then we push. And then we all spawned, and we all, you know, coordinate our push, bottom green, top yellow. And we get we kill 3, and we don't know where the last guy is. And then, so we're looking for him. And he goes around, and I think it was Lethal hiding in the corner.
Front base corner, yeah.
He was hiding in the front base corner, and Jesse's like, he's one shot. And Elamite's pointing on Falcated's screen. He's like, he's there. But I can't kill him because Snakebite's coming down the spiral. So I'm like, crap, I don't know what to do. I'm just like, I'm peeking in and out, trying to do as much damage as I can. And then I finally go down, and I think Falcated went around and finally killed Lethal. And I push up the spiral and kill Snakebite. And at that point, like, it was in our heads like it was game over. We had all the control we needed. And we finished the game strong.
It's amazing that, yeah, I understand why Elon was pointing there, because there's not really a call out for like front base cut. There's not really a call out for that. Yeah, it was amazing to watch you guys play. We made a huge deal. We were like, no team after 4 minutes of play in this tournament has had only 2 seconds. So for you guys to go from only having 2 seconds after 4 minutes to win that game, just congrats, man. Amazing series from you guys.
Yeah. I feel like we can go on all day. I wanted to talk about Countdown as well, because I feel like you were just flanking the hell out of them with the, like, you got behind Snakebite, you got the rockets, and then you had rockets in camo, and you made this huge play when they had snipe. I know we have more series to play, though, guys. We are just getting started. What a way to kick off our day. Of course, they made it to Grand Finals winner side. On the elimination bracket side of things, we still got Unlimited and Infinite coming up next.
Generally, it's too quick to be doing that, so you don't tend to see many fights going out. I like that. Go after the player. Save yourself a bullet. Takes his teammate down, but who really cares? That's the triple. The last one could be there. All 4 dead. It's not quite, but more than enough. Ooh. He spared the time. He got the return. Fantastic. Got to fight for what's yours. You keep what you kill. 209 to 205. 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Everybody's just going to go head to toe. We got one player there. Nade comes down. He will fall. Up to the roof he'll need to be. Pre-nades on the back. He comes out. Will he take him down? He's missing it. You got to go for the no-scope. Goes for the repeat. The second player there. Throw your body in. There's nothing they can do. Infinite actually managed to keep a hold of the game.
And that was a scary situation where Ryan was in that hill for so long and felt like he wasn't receiving the pressure that I would have expected. Or didn't seem like the other members of Infinite were getting picked off in the ways that I would expect, since you weren't seeing to see, like, that's one, a problem you don't see too often, and two, a new creative solution you have to do.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. Time and time again. Nick, in the previous rounds, he was getting battered with the sniper, and now he just jumps up. The no-scope's a reality. Onto ring 3. Stellar is just putting on a performance, the show of a lifetime, to keep his championship Sunday dreams alive. Killing Frenzy. The pain train is real. Finally, they end his spree. 10-0. What a performance in the final match. This is just phenomenal. They may have already won
the job done. They did. I'd like to hear what the team has to say. Let's get Trippy up on the stage for an interview.
Get his headset ready for him. You know,
you got to do it.
Just been a nice guy like that, you know.
Trippy, welcome.
Hello, hello. How you guys doing?
Good. How you doing,
How
man?
are you doing after a game 5?
Oh, game 5. I was getting worried for a little second. Game 5, Ryan Noob. Oh my gosh. But now we just ended up clutching it up. It was a good game 5. Steak especially is a good win.
I know it's a team effort, but B just hit the world in that last match.
I swear, I was spawning, and I just kept hearing sniper shot after sniper shot, just Braden hitting every single snipe possible. It was like,
17-3.
Yeah.
That is undeniably ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
he had 6 headshots, went on a killing frenzy.
Yeah.
He had the first sniper, I think, his whole first spawn until the 13-11
Yes,
sniper.
he grabbed the second ammo.
And he grabbed the second and then used all that too.
I died probably 3 or 4 times, and I spawned up. He's like, oh, I'm getting a new sniper. He still has the first one in his hand and just like goes back to reload it. I'm just like, all right, that's awesome.
It really seems like there's no shortage of individual skill, individual talent. But then tell me about that pit CTF though. You outslayed him by 30.
Yeah, we outslayed them by a lot. I don't know, a couple kills didn't go in our favor, which allowed them to spawn up, push up a little bit, and stop the flag. Literally, yeah, just a couple kills just didn't go in our favor, and we weren't efficient on some things, and yeah, that's how that one game went, basically.
I think the next question we have to kind of ask is next game.
Yeah.
We can't not respect who Sentinels are and what they've done and the individual players, but there is a couple of sides you can look at this one. They're coming off the back of a 4-0 loss.
Yeah.
Straight sweep. You guys are coming off a pretty fired up and heated game 5 win. Can we get your thoughts on this next matchup?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to count out our old Tox or Sentinels. I mean, they've been at the top for 4 or 5 years now, so it's going to be a good series. We've had, even myself, I've had good battles with them in the past. I've beaten them on LAN a couple times. Same, obviously, with Stellar and Nico. I think it's going to go the distance. I think it's going to be a really good series.
Do you have a different strategy going in against a team like Sentinels versus Infinite? Because I look at a roster like Sentinels where if you let them slow down the pace of the game and kind of run their game plan and just, you know, pick and prod at your strategy versus the game being a bit more chaotic. Right. Is there any sort of mindset going into that, or at this point is your team in a situation where you just basically play your own game plan despite whatever team you're playing?
Yeah, I think we're just going to play our own game. Just play really confident, and I feel like if we get our kills, if we're getting our kills and just pushing up and being really aggressive on the map and efficient with our numbers, we can beat any team. So I think if we're doing that, we're going to be just fine.
Right. Yeah, I think you definitely proved that with Incognito as well. You seem to be this team that not that you started out slow, but it's like you're progressively getting better and better and better as the tournament goes on. And of course, you are an elimination bracket. Things are down to the wire now.
Back against the wall. You know.
Back against the wall. Sentinels is weakened. They got 4-0'd. This is your opportunity to come back. And we got more Halo coming up. I cannot wait. The final 3 teams in this tournament. Stay tuned. More Halo action coming up.
Unbelievable flank by Eco right there to get the grenade launcher and flank, get the kill onto the player landing, and then immediately run the flag and get that flag out of dodge to buy the rest of his team time to spawn. This is all an Eco play right here, right? If he doesn't sneak in and get that touch on the flag, Sentinels is able to get that flag cap, even probably taking him out in the process. Snakebite with a huge double kill. And now this game turns into a stalemate.
Whoa, that was incredible. Snakebite from the back in the flag corner spawn. Able to get a double kill, a huge one, and that flag touch at the last second. You saw that flag flashing. A huge play from Snakebite. Game is now tied at 3. And this is turning into a very fast-paced ending here. What could be another counter cap answer? Let's see. Looks like the health is completely clear. This will be a force flag for Unlimited. They answer back again, and the counter caps continue. Now they're only 1 flag away from closing out.
You gotta be careful here. You're going to get caught off guard. You see Jay pushing ring 1 right now, trying to get to him. This is such an intense situation. Eco's stuck in the courtyard, but he's able to play his life so perfectly, and now he's looking to make a play.
Here he goes. He's going now, and they also, now 48-47, only a 1-kill game. They do pick up that one. He finds Royal 2 now on the rock ramp. He will be exposed from angles from ring. Also finds 2 players bond. Needs to be very careful here. This should be an opportunity. Dead Zone gets another camo. They're going to want to slow play this. If they could just get, I don't even know if that was a pre-fire on the P-shot or what happened there, but now 48-47. Dead Zone has the game in his hands. See if he can get this pick on Royal 2. Royal 2 does spot him. Take a look here. Royal 2 hits a brainer to tie the game. 48-48.
Camo's out.
49-48. 1 more kill to go here for Unlimited to go up 2-0. Getting shot on the pillars. Needs to be careful. They win the game. 50-48 in the end. Unlimited will go up 2-0 in the series.
To break this setup strategically and not like freelance it up the middle.
And now let us not forget, if history is doomed to repeat itself, we do see a lot of points coming on the board for the side of Unlimited. Now it's just about a 60-point game. 198-185. APG also goes down in the cave. That does not spell good news for the side of Sentinels. Look at the timer in the bottom right. Look at the scoreboard. We're about to see a score change as well. And now Unlimited takes the lead with 24 seconds left.
Yes. Already a 2-0 series. This is to make it 3-0. This is to put top Sentinels to their backs against the wall, and they're gonna get the slays they need. Multiple members of Unlimited in the hill.
It's over.
Players try to port, and unfortunately for them, they met the demise to Eco and friends. 3-0 in the series. Unlimited goes by Unlimited. They got 4 dead 1 time, and they started running it immediately. They didn't even get 4 dead again, but they were able to get the fight to green so fast that they ran it, and were able to go up 1-0 in the series. It's just great, efficient Halo by them.
I think he gets a little bit of a body there. Yes, indeed, a double kill for APG. Beautiful no-scope, and then get some help with the team shot there to pick up that kill. Sentinels not done yet. We talked about it. We cannot count them out. This is simply too successful and a legendary of a roster. Another kill there.
And that was a multiple flag run, multiple member flag run from Sentinels, and a great job to kind of rotate perfectly, hold down the situation, and for the first time, Sentinels isn't forced to overslay to get their flag caps. So if they can change that up, they may be having a chance to come back, but an overkill from Dead Zone says otherwise. That was unbelievable, and those are the kind of plays that he's been having all day, and he's continuing his reign of terror right now with this sniper. Doesn't land the last no-scope, but he's playing so confident, applying so much pressure, and this is gonna be all she wrote for Sentinels if Dead Zone continues to rip faces.
In Halo 2, I would go to school, come back from school, play all day, all night, get maybe 2 hours of sleep, go back to school, and then do the same thing over again. It was literally, I just loved playing. The winning, losing, it didn't matter. I loved all the emotions and the roller coasters that came with it. I just enjoyed playing. So competing and being able to make money doing something that I loved, it meant everything. It really did. I loved 1v1s. and the map that we played on 1v1 was Warlock. It was Wizard initially on Halo 1, and it was Warlock on Halo 2. And it was a very symmetrical map. It was a beautiful map. It's nice to have a one-on-one interaction with somebody. Well, there was a couple people I did not want to play, like Walshy, for example. It was just like I knew it was going to be a tricky situation if I had to play him, and I just didn't want to have to do that if I didn't want to. But like Ogre 2 in 1 versus 1 setting was a dominant presence. You knew, you could feel the stress within yourself from playing him just because he was on the map, and that, I would have to say, he was probably one of the most fun 1v1s that I had. But again, I'm not going to count out strong side, because his 1v1s were also, I don't even know how to put it. It just felt so like, I don't have control. I have to play your game. This is frustrating, but I would say Ogre 2 was the one that I had the most fun but difficult time dealing with. I loved everybody on my team, and I had reasons specifically. Shockwave was amazing to team with because he kept us all on track. You, at the time, you'd be like, stop being so serious, and we're trying to have some fun, but he was the reason initially that we would be able to play. Ghost was my emotional support. That guy would talk to me for days on end, and then Gandhi, he would make me work out, and he would help me continue to be healthy, so I can't say any one person. We were really a team as far as like a family goes, and that helped us play in the tournament, so there was no favorite.
Has not been nearly as effective as we've seen earlier in this tournament.
Weapon control, rockets in the hand of one of his teammates. Double, wait, did he hit 2 players? Triple! He's feeling it, here we go. Over's there, down below him, into the tunnel, but the nade's real. Did he kill 2 players with 1 bullet then? There is possibility. That's unbelievable. We very rarely see them, but the stars align and he gets the kill. The triple's there, but nothing can advance for now. Needle rifle to its best advantage. There's a triple, jumping quickscope, job done. Where's that player though? Bye-bye, Exterm loses his face. It's not the over, but who cares? They're all dead. And now they know where they're spawning. They can track them. They can trap them. But the question is, can they capitalize? Down from blue team, and maybe now we see signs of life. Flag is on the way. It's on the move. We have the sniper set up on Carbine side, and they are spawning over by Hut.
This is a setup, though, that Unlimited broke out of last time. They ran the flag, rocks, yet they somehow slip player by to get the kill of the flag going towards the opposing Hut. They somehow slip players by and got those kills as they pushed out courtyard at disadvantageous positions. So we're going to see if they can do it again. I mean, Boo Boo Doo we saw Olo in the same position before. They cannot force this flag in, but looks like Boo Boo and Mantra are just going to run it right in without as much resistance as I expected.
It's an easy one for Mantra. They're starting to get a kill advantage. There's a second as well. 2 more. Count this down. There's the double. Make it 1 more. That's all they need. Push, 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 boys. Hold the trigger forward and shoot, and you can't lose. 19 kills from Falcated, backed up by 17 from Spartan, is a huge, huge play from Boja. He has time. He can watch the street, he can watch the door, but there's multiple players at multiple angles. He has to be careful here. Falcated shuts him down. There's 3 of them dead. And the flag's already moving across the map, Dave. I can see it. They're getting retrievals. This one could be all she wrote. Mantra have answered back unless there's someone there to get the stop. That is a huge, huge win. An insane turn of events. At the start of the game, they looked down.
They were down 3 flags to nothing in a course of
We've passed the 40 mark on both points. It's still neck and neck tied up to this one, but every single death will count. And at this point in the game, it's just kill for kill, trade for trade. However, that's huge. That's pivotal. Stella with a double. Looking for more, smacks him in the body. It's not a kill, but it's a tag. His teammates are not there for his assistance. That's fine, but that headshot's going to count as well. He could single-handedly end this. He could put a cap. They only need 1 more. He's just gone off. He's got the job done. There is a player there who's pressuring Falcated, traded off, and we continue. This is not over yet. Players chasing each other down here. That's a big overpeak. Boo Boo, you just got shown up, my friend. If Ace goes down here, that is absolutely phenomenal.
I like that play from 2 different reasons. 1, because of the amazing shots, and 2 was how quickly Dead Zone instead of trying to just go grab that sniper that he saw drop on the ground, instead immediately turned his focus on that player and started laying down shots.
Trade. Sniper ends up in the hill. It's dangerous, but if he lands these shots, they'll be even more dangerous for the opposing side. Down we go, nades up, manages to somehow stay alive. And the question is, can Mantra hold on this entire time for dear life, or do we see game 7 when Dead Zone's doing things like that? I'm feeling a game number 7, Dave.
We are going to game 7, Sims. You are correct there. Absolutely clutch by Unlimited playing that at the end. Not only did they not overcommit in the Scrappy Hill for the last 15 or 20 seconds, which would have potentially opened a door for Mantra to get a full setup and full control, they realized they didn't have to get those last 7 to 10 scrappy seconds of time. Instead, it all relied on how many kills that they can get around blue base. How can they set up to ensure that Mantra does not get some sort of full control on the map and just walk away with the last hill of the game? And Mantra getting the spawn kills over on the limited base.
Dude, this was absolutely incredible to watch. No scope, Eco, where's your brain at, buddy? Trippy's there also to fall simultaneously. Now it's all coming together. We're only down to 4, but Ace is there. He at least gets the triple. That is huge. That is pivotal. When they're doing so much work here to put a stopgap on that. That is big. Beautiful play from Ace.
And look at this sneaky position. Spartan the dog flanking through on green, unseen. Gets the back smack on Trippy and is breaking through these unlimited lines. They thought it was a standoff period, but Spartan the dog has something else to say about it.
Keep on pushing, boys. You only need 2 more. This is it. 2 more kills between you and the trophy. Make it 1. They know where they are. They're downstairs. He gets the kill. And more importantly, they get the championship. This is incredible. It doesn't matter. That's going to be the one.
There you have him on stage. We're missing some. There he is. Give it up for your champions. DreamHack Anaheim Halo Esports 2020. Kicking it off strong. I love it. I want them all up here, but we're gonna get Spartan. There he is. Look at that trophy.
The headset. It took you long enough.
God damn it, how many years have you been a Halo player? Finally.
I've been playing Halo since CE, but you know, I started competing in Halo 4 8 years ago, man. My first official tournament was the Halo 4 opener, Dallas, and you know, I
still remember the hat, the dog hat.
Yeah, that's how I came up with Spartan the dog. Adventure Time, Jake the dog. We were on a team and we all picked a character from the show, and so I picked Jake the dog, and that's how I got Spartan the dog. And you know, I can't even shout out to my teammates, man. We kept full composure and we played our game.
That's such a huge point too, is that went all the way to game 7. You guys had such a strong start, and then the hill games, they were so strong in those hill games, and then they managed it. Like, what are you feeling when you get to that game 7? It's all down to the wire. How do you keep your composure in those moments?
I think this is the first time I've gone to a game 7 where, like, I think it's the reason why we were able to close it out. The first time I've gone to a game 7 where our team just didn't care about the rest of the series. Like, we just don't, we just move on, you know? That's all you can do, because if you just hold on to the mistakes that you made in the past, you're just going to be constantly, like, subconsciously thinking about it, and you're just not going to play the same game. I mean, we didn't hesitate that game 7.
You didn't let up.
No.
You were on their side the entire game, and I gotta say, like, even when it went down to the wire in the last, like, 10 kills, you're flanking, you're hiding in green. Man, tell me about that. I think you were one of the main guys going for the flank the entire game, just assaulting them.
Oh man, I don't know. I saw an opening. I walked their green box and I hit there, and I went when I got that back smack, it was game over. I knew we won the game right then and there. That guy had no clue. I back smacked him. I walked their needle pit. I make the guy one shot their cuts. I make Eco weak their S2, and I had somebody behind me who pushed through long because he saw, like, we were communicating like, Sparty's in their green, dude. Like, go.
Yeah, create the distraction, capitalize on those moments. That was the part that's most surprising to me is a lot of teams, they'll get those leads, they'll play passive, and I was expecting that passive play style from Mantra and just letting your snipers do the work, but instead, you all weren't afraid to send 1 or 2 people down in certain charges to try to create those openings that you could get more than just 1 or 2 picks. Instead, you turn that into 3 or 4 kills in a couple trades.
Yeah, we... right there, actually, that rocket, that was a big one. Somebody on my team actually communicated. He's like, dude, I think there's someone there's sword ramp on the little platform. I was like, all right, boop.
Thread the needle.
And then that play right there, this one right here, this was the game closer. Trippy just didn't know.
Is there? I know we're obviously on a positive high, but I want to kind of look at it from a different angle, get your thoughts and mindset. Is there any point during that entire series where you're like super concerned that if you lose this, you have to be taken through the ringer in another best of 7? Like, how does that affect you from a mindset, knowing that?
I mean, knowing that if we had, it's a cushion, actually. I don't even think it's a negative thing. Like, yeah, it would kind of suck that we go all the way to Game 7 and then have to play a whole new series, but like that just wasn't even a thought on our minds. Like, we went into that series like we are winning this series. That we're not going to a reset. This is it. We're winning, and this is ours.
Dude, you dropped 4 maps the entire event.
Yeah. We, we're just not a Nexus team. I think we lost Nexus 2 out of 3 times. The one time we clutched up against Sentinels, we lost the Zealot flag to Unlimited. I'm pretty sure like almost every game we dropped was to them. I think we dropped 1 to Infinite.
Yeah.
Wow. What a weekend.
What a narrative. Especially with that music we just had. I felt like we're at the end of Jurassic Park or something.
Dude, I was, honestly, I could hear it. I was able to hear it. I was like, dude, is this Jurassic Park?
Just one long movie with a happy ending is what it looks like right now. And a happy ending for Halo Esports. This has just been so incredible overall. I have so many thank yous. First of all, thank you, Spartan. Thank you, Mantra, and all these amazing Halo players who made this event so damn incredible. I have thank yous to the staff at DreamHack, to the staff at 343 who worked tirelessly to make this event a success. Of course, thank you to the audience, the viewers, and the audience live who was stuck with us to enjoy these amazing Halo games. Thank you, Walshy. Thank you, Sims. Thank you, Brav and Clutch, the casters who stuck with us. And of course, thank you to our sponsors, the US Navy and Monster Energy, giving us energy all weekend long. Before we go, I'm going to go out on a limb here, so bear with me. I think you can look at Twitch viewer numbers. You can find a million reasons to be pessimistic about Halo's future, but in my perspective, I like the okay, this is a big moment for me. Just give me a second.
I feel that.
In my eyes, I need this to work, okay? In my eyes, the Halo talent is already here. We got players like Spartan. The talented players are here. The personalities are here. The energy, the excitement, the genuine excitement is already here. Halo Esports has just begun. 2020 is just the beginning. All that's left is Halo Infinite. We are just getting started. So let me ask you this. Are you ready? Are you ready for Halo Esports' future? Are you ready?
Crowd, are we ready for Infinite?
I know I am.
What about you boys? I'm ready for a beer. Oh, we got ID. We can buy you a beer finally. Yeah, no, good weekend. Thank you very much to yourself as well. Cracking job on the hosting desk.
Thank you.
Cracking job on all the content that you pump out. It's good. It's been a fantastic time. Thank you for me personally for having us, and for everyone else. It's onwards and upwards.
Have a good night. We'll see you next time.